My dear students, today we are going to discuss about these carbon nanomaterials. This unit comes under to this bio and nanomaterials papers. The content of this presentation is a bonding in carbon structure, how the carbon forms a bond, and carbon nanotube, that is we can denote it as CNT, types of carbon nanotubes, properties of CNT, that is carbon nanotubes. First, we are going to discuss it bonding in carbon structure. The carbon atom is unique in its tendency to form extensive network of covalent bond, not only with other element but also with itself. Carbon most often form a covalent bond with other atoms. If the bond is with another carbon atom, it is a pure covalent bond. So before going to this discussion, so we have to know about what is mean by the covalent bond. So we already discussed about this covalent bond in this unit 1. Just I have to give the short note on to the covalent bond, what is the definition and what we are discussed in the earlier, which means that the covalent bond also we can call it as a molecular bond. It's a chemical bond that involves the sharing of this electron pair between atoms. Notice that between two the atoms. These electron pairs are known as shared pairs or bondings of pairs. And that the stable balance of attractive and the repulsive force between atom when they share electron is known as covalent bond. Okay, can you understand what is meant by the covalent bond? And an example of this covalent bond, also these example also we are discussed. This is an example for sharing of pair of electron for this covalent bond, that is hydrogen atom is sharing between two these atoms. Okay. And for a previous slide, in order to understand the nature of carbon atom, it is necessary because to examine the electronic structure of this carbon atom. So we should know this, what is this carbon atom structure. And so carbon contains 6 electrons which are distributed over the lowest energy level of the carbon atoms. And next step is we have to know how carbon forms as a bond. A carbon atoms can form as a covalent bond with other atoms or with the other atom of the elements. Okay, the carbon often form a bond with the hydrogen. So which means the compound that contain only carbon and hydrogen are called the hydrocarbons. So the 2-mark definition is we have to note it here. What is mean by hydrocarbon? Compound that contains only carbon and hydrogen is known as a hydrocarbon. In hydrocarbon, one example, best example is a methane is an best examples. In methane, a single carbon atom form a covalent bond with the 4 hydrogen atom. Here I'll give this structure of this methane, the center of this carbon, and stretched with this hydrogen is the 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay, this is the way carbon forms a bond. And next is important, we have to focus on our coming to our point, it is a carbon nanotube. So what does mean by the carbon nanotubes? In this our current world, so nano is a very important and very tremendous developing to the technology. So carbon, we are synthesized to the carbon nanotube is a new form as a carbon. The conventional graphite consists of large number of sheets of carbon stacked one over the other and can easily slide over each other. When graphite consists of one atom thickness or rolled, the thickness or rolled into the cylinder with a diameter in order of few nanometer. This is the important point, we have to note it here, few nanometers. That synthesis of the thickness is an a few nanometers rolled out to the cylindrical shape. This is the CNTs are formed. The CNTs are extended tube of rolled graphite sheet, tubes of rolled graphite sheet. Okay, for the CNT, that is the carbon nanotubes, are 50,000 times smaller than width, that is the width of the human hair. That is the important point, 50,000 times smaller than the width of the human hair. See the figure out to this graphite sheet. The graphite sheet is rolled up with as a converted of a carbon nanotube. This is the figure of this carbon nanotube. These features combined with carbon nanotubes' natural inclination to rope together via van der Waals force. Already in this lower sections, we should study the van der Waals forces. This van der Waals force provide the opportunities to develop the ultra high strength, low weight materials that possesses highly conductive electrical and thermal properties, and this makes them highly attractive for numerous applications. So what are the types for this carbon nanotube? So two types for this carbon nanotube. One is a single wall carbon nanotube, another one is a multi-wall carbon nanotube. So what is mean by the single wall nanotube and multi-wall nanotube? So we'll discuss about to the single wall carbon nanotube. So that is, we have to simply note it as a SWCNTs. Single wall carbon nanotube is a cylinder formed with only one layer of carbon molecules. When the roll is only one sheet of this carbon atom thickness, it is called as a single wall carbon nanotubes. The SWCNT has a diameter close to this 1 nanometer and with a tube length of several thousand times is longer. So the single wall carbon nanotubes with this length up to the order of centimeter also be produced. The single wall nanotubes can exhibit to the important electrical property that are not shared by the multi-wall carbon nanotube. That is important. The diameter of those single wall carbon nanotubes is of temperature at which they synthesized. After we have to should know the temperature level. So increasing to the temperature results in large size SVWCNT has incorporated. The structure of this SWCNT may vary, like maybe either be a zigzag, helical, armchair, which is any kind of this arrangement, the structure formed in the single wall carbon nanotube. The surface of this single wall nanotube is also considerably higher, or 1300 meters cubic gram, which makes it ideal for a nano robotic. Here the figure of the single wall nanotube. The measurement of is 0.5 to 1.5 nanometer. And next second type is carbon nanotubes. So multi-wall carbon nanotubes, that is MWCNTs, differ with the single wall carbon nanotube by the number of cylindrical wall they have present into the multi-wall to single wall carbon nanotubes. Nanotubes is elongated cylindrical nano object made of sp2 carbon. We have to use it here as a sp2 carbon. The diameter is 3 to 30 nanometer and they can grow several centimeters long. In multi-walled carbon nanotubes, the carbon molecules form a multi-concentric walls. That is the difference of single and multi. Multi-concentric walls of moles of consequently actually increasing diameter around one another, which means that is multi-walled carbon nanotube consists of multi-layer of graphite rolled in on themselves to form a tube shape. Although there are numerous walls in the multi-wall carbon nanotubes, each wall is composed of an atom thick structures only. Thus, resistivity measurement on multi-wall carbon nanotubes have revealed that some are metallic as much as graphite, and the other are semiconducting, having higher resistivity than the single-wall carbon nanotube. Multi-wall carbon nanotube can be described with the models, namely they have some of the name of this model, that is a Russian-Doll model and Parchment models. So in Russian-Doll model, sheets of graphite are arranged in concentric cylinders. In Parchment model, a single sheet of graphite is rolled in around itself, resembling a scroll of parchment or a rolled up newspaper. The interlayer distance of multi-wall carbon nanotube is close to the distance between the graphene layer in graphite, approximately equal to 3.3 angstrom. See the figure of this multi-wall carbon nanotube. So see that 1, 2, 3, 3 layer. That is 3 layer carbon nanotubes. Then diameter size is less than 100 nanometer. So these two types are already we discussed. We should have to know the what is the comparison, what is the difference between to the single wall carbon nanotube and multi-wall carbon nanotube. Okay. Here's a single wall carbon nanotube. Single layer of this carbon of single layer of graphene. That multi-wall carbon nanotube is a multi-layer of graphene. And second point is so catalyst, that is important. Catalyst required for the synthesis process. Whenever we have to synthesis to the single wall carbon nanotube, we are using to the catalyst. And in the case of multi-wall carbon nanotube can be produced without catalyst. The synthesis to the multi-wall carbon nanotube is being without to the catalyst using for the product. And then third point is in single wall carbon nanotube. This is difficult as it requires proper control over the growth and atmospheric conditions. So which means here we cannot produce a bulk synthesis of this material. But in the case of multi-wall carbon nanotube, bulk synthesis is very easy. And then fourth point is in not fully dispersed until status. Here is the multi-wall carbon nanotube homogeneously dispersed with no apparent bundled formations. And fifth point is in single wall carbon nanotube is resistivity usually in the range of 10 power minus 4 to 10 power minus 3 ohm meter. And then multi-wall carbon nanotube is the resistivity usually in the range of 1.8 into 10 power minus 5 to 6.1 into 10 power minus 5 ohm meter. And the sixth point is purity is poor, but the single wall nanotube isn't that purity is poor. Typically single wall carbon nanotube contain in as prepared sample by chemical vapor deposition method is about 30 to 50% weight. However, purity up to 80% has been reported by using a arc discharge synthesis method. So purity is high. So typical multi-wall carbon nanotube content in as prepared samples by that method of an CVD, that is chemical vapor deposition, or discharge synthesis method. Seventh point is the chance of defects is more during functionalizations. Already discussed what is meant by defect in the last similar. Separately, what is meant the impurity, that is the impurity content will be how much will be present, we can find out using to the defect synthesis method. A chance of defect is less, especially when synthesis by the arc discharge method. And then eighth point is characterization evaluation is very easy for the single wall carbon nanotube. It is very complex structure of the multi-wall carbon nanotubes. This is the comparison between to the single wall and multi-wall carbon nanotube. So next is a structure of this carbon nanotube. It is possible to explain the different kind of the structure by considering the way in which the graphite sheet might be rolled into tubes. So let us consider the structure of this graphite sheet. It's as shown in figure. We have to see the figure. There are various ways of defining the structure of the carbon nanotube. One possibility is to consider the carbon nanotube may be obtained by rolling a graphite sheet in a specific direction, maintaining the circumference of the cross section. See the figure model of this figure out. First figure is a armchair nanotube. First different kind of, already we said that different kind of this structure we formed. First one is a armchair. A is a armchair structure nanotube, and B is a zigzag nanotube, look like that, and C is a chiral nanotubes. These are three types nanotubes will be formed to the structure. Structure of this carbon nanotube may be described by the chirality or helicity. So see, it is defined by the chiral vector CH, we can denote it as CH, and the chiral angle theta. In figure, a graphene sheet with the defined chiral vector and angle may be seen in the figure. We'll wait for a few seconds. The chiral vector can be described in terms of a lattice translation indices, that is Mn, and this unit vector A1 and A2. The figure is, see the figure, first one is a zigzag structure they given, and armchair, so chair shape, this is armchair, and the corresponding to this angle we can find out, and then the indexes is NM, and these are the things the structure we can find. The closed structure of this armchair and zigzag. So what are the properties of CNT? So already we discussed how to the form the carbon and what are the types in that carbon nanotubes. From their single wall carbon nanotubes and multi wall carbon nanotubes, and what are the comparison, what is how the synthesis method is easiest method, and then resistivity, which is an electrical properties is highest, which is an pure, which CNT is very pure. So these are the things are discussed. So we should understand what is mean by CNTs, and then or how it is synthesized. Here we have to know the properties. What are the properties we have to studied to the CNT. From these properties only we can use it for the application oriented materials technology. We can move on to the technology based on to the properties. Carbon nanotube are the strongest and stiffest material in terms of tensile strength and elastic modulus respectively. Tensile strength and elastic modulus, these are the two definitions already discussed in the last semester, that is properties of matter. That is separately we have to discuss tensile strength and elastic modulus. So CNT have a very high elastic modulus and tensile strength is a very good property for a elastic modulus and the tensile strength. They are not only strong, they are also a light and the flexible. That is a lightweight. We can do the move on to the flexible shape to that carbon nanotube. And CNT having electrical current density more than 1000 times greater than the metal like silver and copper. They can be either metallic or semiconductor in their electrical behavior. CNTs are very good thermal conductor. It is predicted that carbon nanotube will be able to transmit up to 6000 watt per meter at room temperature, whereas copper having a good thermal conductivity transmit only 385 per meter per Kelvin. The presence of defect in the material will affect the electrical and thermal property. So suppose defects will be formed in the synthesis materials, means the electrical and thermal property is then affected to the conducting to the nature. These defects allow the single wall carbon nanotube to act as a resistor. A single wall carbon nanotube probes are the most conductive in nature, and with a general junction they behave as a rectifying diode. CNT can withstand high temperatures. Its melting temperature is 3 times higher than the melting point of copper. They have high strength to weight ratio. This properties help the material in lightweight applications. This is an overview of this property of the CNT. So nano size are discussed, large surface to volume ratio, water solubility, electrical property, mechanical strength, biocompatibility, higher immobilization efficiency, strong photoluminescence. So from this carbon nanotubes, all the things we have discussed, that is in properties, how they formed, and what are the things is important to form the carbon nanotube. So I hope understand from the presentation of this how to synthesize and how from the CNT tube. See you on the next lecture and the continuation of this syllabus. So thank you one and all. Thank you.